Thank you for coming tonight. As you can see, we have another packed crowd. It's amazing how this banquet has grown along with the growth of our two programs. When we first started out, the first year of the programs, we had our banquet during the school day in a classroom, and it was just a food day for the kids. That was our big celebration. By year 2 and 3, we're in the Commons area at Park Hill South, and showed some videos on DVD. By year 4, we were going full-blown live production, and you can see the cameras all around you. And the entire banquet went to the internet on our website, and portions of it are seen on Channel 18 and will be seen again. So excited to have you here. I just want to lay down some of the ground rules for the banquet and for the awards ceremony, give you the format and how this will all work. As you will see, we have a full crew, Broadcast 1 students, running the show here tonight, and they may seem flustered at times, probably not as much as I get flustered, but there may be moments during the banquet that surprise people on live TV, but we will roll with it and keep moving, and hopefully all the awards have the right names and the right spellings and all that. I will tell you that the color printer ran out of color ink on me today, so if you get a black and white certificate, hey, gray is the new blue. That's what I hear. So it's all good. Also, Miss Rolfing and I did make an effort to sign them in colored ink, red and green, make it festive if you did get a black and white certificate. So, but anyways, what we're going to do is we'll announce one award after another. I will come up first, and I will talk about each nominee. And when I say your name, I want you to come up, get a certificate from our presenter, and then she will hand you the certificate over by the green screen. I want you to stand there. We want to get a group shot of all of you together briefly with Eli's camera back there. And then, you don't have to stay together for more than like 2 seconds. And then just go back, have a seat, enjoy your videos, because then the presenter will come up here and talk about the award, what it means. We'll play the videos of your nominations, and then they will announce the winner. To me, everybody who's nominated, that's an achievement in itself. You'll see tonight that we've won national awards at both schools. So to go up against each other for these awards is about as tough competition as going up for a national award. So if you're nominated for something tonight, that's a great deal. And then our Channel 18 staff, we got together and decided on a winner in each category. And Brooke Rolfing, Chris Bijek, and I had some really tough decisions, but we feel like we had some great work done by our students this year. We're excited to showcase them for you. Our first award, we're going to get things started, is the news story for Park Hill. And before we get to that, I want to talk about the nominees. So this is where I'll say your name, you come up, get a certificate. If you want to, let's just, we can hold the applause till they all get up together, and then we can clap. For the story, Stay Off the Grass, Jordan Elder, Park Hill. These are nominees, Twitter and School, Norma Peary and Chelsea Osei. All right, and then lastly, Stereotypes, Chelsea Osei and Jordan Jackson. Little bit about these stories. Stay Off the Grass was a big campaign at Park Hill. We took it a step further this last year. Jordan did with her story, and that's interesting. Jordan did with her story, and you'll get to see that in a minute. And then Chelsea worked on 2 of these stories. One about Twitter in school and how Twitter really impacts the school day, and stereotypes, breaking stereotypes. So that's what these stories are about. I'm going to introduce our presenter, Jocelyn Weir.
There are 2 sides to every story. It is critical to show both sides when covering news without conveying the reporter's own feelings, biases, or prejudices in their stories. It is only fair, not to mention the right thing to do, that those differing viewpoints should be given roughly equal space in any news story. This is the foundation of a great news story, and our nominees for this next award exceed this expectation. Here are your nominees.
Marijuana. It costs us more than you think. Hashtag stay off the grass. This billboard stands just 0.4 miles from Park Hill High School, above a road we use every day. Stay Off the Grass was a campaign sponsored by DECA last year, bringing to light the dark issue of marijuana use at our own school.
Their research found that 84% of students at Park Hill knew that marijuana was harmful to them. So why this year, when asked if they knew someone who used marijuana, all the students I interviewed answered, yes, yeah, actually.
I sat down in an off-camera interview with a marijuana user, and they informed me that trying the drug not only affected their friendships, it decreased their motivation.
Research shows that prolonged marijuana usage can cause amotivational syndrome, an impaired desire to want to participate in activities and events like you normally would. It causes major procrastination in and out of school.
It's something that seems so small, but can cause big problems. We hear talk of drugs all the time, but just how often does marijuana come up in conversation?
Every day.
A lot. Every day.
All the time.
Pretty much every day.
Well, every day, like at least every 20 minutes.
Facebook and Twitter have become a part of our everyday lives. But while you may not know it, what you post outside of school could very well cause you to get in trouble at school.
Obviously, they're allowed to. It's freedom of speech, and if you're not have a Twitter set it private, they can get on there. I just don't think that they should be able to call our parents about something that we say if we're not tweeting it in school.
But are there boundaries that shouldn't be crossed between the parents and their roles and administration and their duties?
I would appreciate an administrator calling me, telling me what they've seen on my student's profile, just to keep me in the loop, like if I missed something, whether it be bullying or party or anything that is a red flag as far as administrators go, to contact me as a parent, just because it takes now so many people to raise a child.
There are facets of things that go on outside the school building or the school day that involve school or impact school, and by state statute and by school board regulation, some of those are within our purview. But most of the time the answer is if it happens off school grounds, then it's not a school issue.
There are many different people at Park Hill, but they're not your stereotypical high school students. We held up pictures of the stereotypical jock, goth, and preppy girl and asked students to identify them.
I think I fall under the stereotypical jock. I have bad grades. I'm not good in school, and all I'm good at is trying to pick up girls and do good on the field.
Jock.
Jock. Jock.
And a jock.
That's the stereotype, though. Actually, I get really good grades, and I stay on top of it in school. And I have a platinum card.
Unlike common high schools, Park Hill stands alone.
I feel like at Park Hill we break stereotypes. Really smart people wearing letterman's jackets when usually that's what a jock would do, or we just see people breaking them every day in my eyes.
So next time you see someone, don't judge a book by its cover. I'm Chelsea Osei with Jordan Jackson for Trojan TV News.
And the Fordy Award goes to Jordan Elder.
We'll invite you later to say a few words. Sorry, I didn't explain that. And then just remember you are on television. So.
The very first time I attempted to do a news story was freshman year, and I didn't really know what I was doing. But long story short, it ended with Dr. Kinchlow, who is the head principal at Park Hill, not even an assistant principal, emailing Ford telling him to get me to stop doing that story because I was breaking the law. So, I've come a long way. Thank you.
Congratulations, Jordan. Sometimes in broadcasting, and my students know this, you always have a plan B and a plan C. So if I'm talking really loud, it's because my teleprompter in the back can now hear me because we're having issues where they can't get audio in the back room. Drake, can you hear me? Well, you answered the question. Okay. So you might hear us talking really loud. No. But if not, we have our plan B. Okay, so we're going to move on to Park Hill South now for South Feature category. I'm going to announce the nominees for Best Feature Story this year at Park Hill South. Now, we'll start with the story The Harmonica Guy by Addison Butler and Shelby Santoro. Glow Big or Go Home, Shelby Santoro. And Fear the Beast, Lauren Russ, ask me if you've heard this, Shelby Santoro, and Kendall Rinks. Just go ahead and give Shelby a 40 now. Okay, really? And it's just you? Just get, oh, no. Oh. Okay. Okay, so without further ado, our co-host from Park Hill South, Tyler Espinoza.
When we go out to film a human interest feature, we go out to find something that has a strong emotional tie that the audience can relate to. We look to film people's hopes and their passions, and we look for strong interviews, hard-hitting nat sounds, and beautiful sequences. The individuals we have recognized have delivered stories with all of these characteristics and more. And there's your nominees.
Oh, don't say it yet. We gotta say here are the nominees.
Here are the nominees.
Get ready to cry, get ready to scream, because this street is not what it seems. In downtown Kansas City, the Beast is open for business. But what draws people to wait in these lines for up to 2 hours?
I like to be scared. Mostly peer pressure from friends. They convince me to come.
I'm wanting to be scared though, so I'm going in it hoping to be scared.
Hard part is no one scares the same. Some people scream, and some people cry, and some people fall on the floor, and some people pee their pants, and some people run over whoever they're with, and someone sacrifices their date.
With undead dancers and a werewolf forest, the Beast is unlike any other haunted house. It may be hard to believe, but this massive dance party is actually taking place inside Park Hill South.
The glow dance was a new idea that we had this year. Dr. Longnicker suggested it to us after we had seen kind of declining attendance at formal dances like courtrooming and homecoming.
I had a lot of fun. It was probably one of the best dances I think I've been to. It was really high energy. You didn't have to plan anything beforehand. You just went and you had a good time with no stress.
The stress was all on student council as they planned for this to be the most exciting dance South has ever seen.
We surveyed all the students to figure out if they wanted both a casual dance and a formal courtrooming, which is what they decided they wanted. So then we had to take it to our student council, get student council on board, and then do the actual dance planning.
And it was only a short time later that Cole became known as the Park Hill South Harmonica Guy.
He's constantly playing, and he's gotten really, really good. And sometimes you just get the notes stuck in your head.
He's actually really good. I enjoy jazz and the blues, so I'm really into it.
Believe me, this never happens, especially at my old school, because old school, low budget, only like 400 students. But here, a lot of opportunities have opened up for me, so it's a really healthy environment here.
But Harmonica Guy is not the first nickname he's had.
The only nickname I had back in my old school was Charcoal. I always made a joke back in middle school that when they were saying, and they brought coal in from the trains, like, what, they brought me in from the trains? Come on, what did I do to you? And they always made the joke off of that.
And the 40 for Best Human Interest Feature Story are Shelby Santoro and Addison Butler.
did that story is because I was going, hey, Mr. Ford, I kind of need a new story. And he's like, hey, there's this cool kid in our class that no one really knows. His name is Cole. I'm like, oh, I've seen that kid around. He's like, did you know he sits outside and plays the harmonica? I'm like, what? So I filmed him for a couple days and found out a lot of interesting stuff. And it turned out to be a really good story. So I worked my butt off on that.
And then when they do stories on people, we recruit them to broadcasting, and then they can't do stories on them anymore. So Cole's back there running the show back there. No harmonica. Stay off of it. Focus.
I'll do it later once we leave.
Gotcha. By the way, Cole has a great last name. I'm just going to tell you. The Green Screen Award is coming up, and I just want to point out, we threw it up just so you guys could see the faces of our nominees will come up, and you'll see the magic of the green screen like they're standing in front of a West Coast skyline. But that's the magic of the green screen, and it's a good segue to what we're about to do. We're going to move on to the Park Hill Green Screen Award. This award is not just about weather. It's about anything we do on the green screen. We do Twitter reports now on there. We do special segments on the green screen. And but most of all, we do daily weather. And the nominees for green screen at Park Hill are Jordan Elder, Jordan Evans, and Jocelyn Weir. And we brought Jordan Evans in from the back, our director for this show. And let's give him a round of applause. And to introduce this award is Haley Ridenauer.
It takes a lot of skill and coordination to interact with a green screen. You must know your positioning, where to look, and trying not to look utterly confused the entire time. So, here are your nominees.
It's a little rainy this morning. I heard a lot of complaints about that coming into school today, but luckily that rain cleared up for a beautiful day and it's still lovely, so enjoy the sunshine, all you spring sports people. Let's look at our current conditions. All right, here at Park Hill, it's 72 degrees. Over in Olathe, it's also 72. It's 69 downtown and 70 over in Lee Summit. I'm sure you've heard the saying, April showers bring May flowers, and April does start tomorrow, so our chances of precipitation are going to go up just in time. Let's take a look at our 3-day forecast where we're going to see some of that rain. Tomorrow it'll be partly cloudy with a high of 55 and a low of 44. Wednesday there's a 100% chance of rain and the high is 52 with a low of 46. And on Thursday it's also going to rain with a high of 69 and a low of 40. Wednesday and Thursday you'll definitely be needing one of these, especially those of you who are complaining this morning about the rain messing up your hair. Have a great evening and try to stay dry these next few days. Uh-oh, better send it back to you guys.
Good afternoon, Park Hill. Another cold and cloudy day outside today. Check this out. Check out some of the clouds we got outside. It actually was sprinkling a little bit outside just earlier, but a few breaks in the clouds will get us some sunshine before the day's over. But it is also pretty cold outside, 49 degrees, not even 50 degrees outside, and it's going to stay that way for the rest of the day. Looking at temperatures across the United States, here we are in the cold air as area low pressures up here in the north. That'll move away because warm air down to the south is going to make its way up into the city by this weekend and even into next week. And I know Drake Heathman back there is loving it too. Looking at the Doppler radar right now, you'll see some of these sprinkles up here in Platte County moving down through the city. This will be out of here very shortly.
Thanks, guys. There's a lot of interesting weather here today at Park Hill and for the rest of the week. There's been a lot of rumors about snow, so let's find out if it's true. Today at Park Hill, it is 26 degrees. In Olathe, it is 29 degrees. Downtown KC being 28 degrees, and Lee Summit being 27 degrees, all partly cloudy. For our 3-day forecast, on Wednesday, we have a high of 50 and a low of 34. On Thursday, we have a high of 52 and a low of 36. And on Friday, we have a high of 55 and a low of 43. All sunny with clouds. Back to you guys in the studio.
Okay, and the Fordy Award goes to Jordan Elder.
I don't know if I talk again or not, so I do.
All right. I like doing weather. I think it's fun, and I'm not going to lie. Before we go live, I dance in front of the green screen, and I have fun. Weather, I like it just because there's not the desk in front of you, and so you can kind of do what you want with it and pull out an umbrella, and it rains on your head, and I just think it's a fun thing to do.
All right. From afternoon thunderstorms to morning snow, we look at green screen at Park Hill South and the people that make it happen. The nominees for South Green Screen Award are Connor Hills, Joey Pinella, and Emma Woodson. And now we have Keely Shea Hill from Park Hill South to introduce the award.
The weather report is essential key in a newscast because it's something that the viewers count on. Yes, it's nice to catch up on prevalent news stories and announcements, but in a real-life newscast, many daily viewers rely on only what is predicted by what the weatherman says. Being in high school, we know how to easily access the predicted weather, but that doesn't mean it's not nice having someone else do the work for us, because let's admit it, the least amount of work is the best. Here are your nominees.
All right, as you can see over here, up at KCI, it's 42, downtown just the same, and then once you get over to Lee Summit, it's 55, and then it drops back down to 45 over in Olathe. So it's a little warm for this early in the morning, not quite what we're accustomed to. It's not quite going to stay that way for the whole day. In fact, let's take it to the current radar right now. As you can see, there's the rain coming in, just a little bit of sprinkles over us right there, and you see a storm system off to the left, and that's going to be changing in just a little bit. So let's go ahead and take it to the future conditions, future radar, to see what that's going to look like. All right, as you can see right here, right now, that's the storm system over us, and it's going to slow a little bit, but right there, that's what I want to talk about. There's going to be snow later this afternoon, and the temperature's going to drop. I don't expect there to be a lot of snow because it's not going to be quite warm enough for it to stick, so I wouldn't expect to see that snow on the ground for too long. In fact, it's going to start warming up, which brings me to what I'm going to say next. Let's take it on to the 3-day forecast.
Hello, Park Hill South. Joey Pinella bringing you the weather today. It should be a big weekend for weather. You know why, Park Hill South? It is because we are getting the first big snow of the year. Yes, first big snow. Get very excited right now. Before we get on to that, we're going to take it to the current conditions. Over in Lee Summit right now, it is 13 degrees. Downtown, 13 as well. And then up in KCI, you see that's 10 degrees. And then over in Olathe, that's 12 degrees. Very, very cold this morning, Park Hill South. Now we're going to move into the radar, take a look at what it's going to be like. Right now, you see that's a bit of snow off to the side of us, out to the east. We're going to be missing that, but then as we move into the future radar, we're going to be looking at a bit more coming in. You see that's right now, Friday, and then as we move into Saturday, it should be pretty clear as well. But once we get into Saturday night, Park Hill South, we see a little bit of blue come onto the screen. We're going to go ahead and pause it right now. Park Hill South, that blue represents the snow. You know what that means, Park Hill South? The first big snow of the year should be very, very exciting. I know I'm excited for it.
Homecoming was in fact this weekend, and shout out to Stuco for putting on such a great dance. We asked you guys to tweet the Southside Scoop using the hashtag HCMemory2K13, and this is what you tweeted. At Shelb Santoro tweeted, being way too overdressed for Dairy Queen. At Tinoco Swag tweeted, getting my new friend and German exchange student Philip to lead the train. Hope he enjoyed the night like I did. And lastly, at Kelly Jones 15 said, nothing like having your dad as security guard for the dance. There are many more tweets, but that's all we have time for. Back to you guys at the news desk.
And the 40 goes to Joey Pinella, who was unable to make it tonight, but we will make sure to get to him his award.
Okay, hopefully we'll get that back up and running. We'll see. If we lose video, we'll just keep going with the awards because we will not be stopped from handing out these awards, I promise you. Our next one is a big one at Park Hill High School, and it's for our best news anchor, of the year, we name it the Walter Cronkite Award. Yeah, just go to menu there, Cole. And there you go, root menu. See if we get it back. Did you eject it at any point? There you go. Oh, hopefully it'll work. We'll see. Hopefully it's just that weather one. There's some bad weather on that weather clip. Nasty. All right, anyways, time for the Cronkite Awards at Park Hill High School. The nominees for Best News Anchor are Jordan Elder, Chelsea Osei, and Kara Strickland. And we'll let them get into a shot here together on the green screen, and then we will proceed with Jocelyn. All right, let's do another round of applause for the music. Okay.
Walter Cronkite, also known as the most trusted man in America, was the epitome of an authentic, honest man. Cronkite set the standards of television news when the medium was new and malleable. He was loyal to those standards, and his large audience was correspondingly loyal to him. He was incorruptible in a profession that is easily corruptible, which was all that Cronkite wanted, and he achieved it. We are so thankful that our nominees reflect the Cronkite way. Here are the nominees. Another thing we'd like to bring your attention to, Junior Exec will hold the first ever Cut It for Cancer event. Girls can donate 8 inches of hair and boys can shave their heads and raise money for the disease that's affected Park Hill very largely this year. Talk to a member if you're interested. It'll be a great thing to be a part of.
We as reporters also got a chance to ask questions as well as work alongside the pros.
Come on over here, get over here.
You stated that adults have a large influence on teens and would help lower crime rates. What's your plan for finding these adults?
And make sure you tune into our show on Thursday. We'll have a little something extra. We're going to cover wrestling again and swimming and the courtwarming assembly that was so good. So we hope to see you back then. I'm Jordan Elder.
Our parents have always told us that safety is always the most important thing, especially while driving. After a series of Park Hill car crashes with a common trend, Kara Strickland and Tara Forte decided to investigate a little further into this reoccurring lesson. Jordan Elder and Cody Van Hoosier rubbed shoulder to shoulder with the press Monday to report on the mayor's State of the City address. Here's what they found. Any student interested in running for a position in Executive Council for next year should pick up a petition. Freshmen can pick one up from Mr. Mata in room 106, sophomores from Miss McKenna in room 109, and juniors from Miss Bridges in the SAV room.
First up, we have a story that hits close to home here at Park Hill, but maybe closer than you realize. Jordan Elder has more.
Anyone interested in trying out for the Park Hill cheerleading squad, tryouts will be held Monday through Thursday the week after spring break, March 24th through 27th in the lower gym. When you post on Twitter, it's public for anyone to see. But did you ever think our school would be reading it? Chelsea Osei and Norma Peary found out more on who's really checking up on your Twitter pages.
This is kind of weird. Last year I was just a little freshman, so this year I'm just a little sophomore. So I don't really exactly know why I'm getting this, honestly. Last year I got to watch one of my best friends, Paxton DeBlasi, get it, which was really cool to see, and it seems a little weird that I'm getting it, and so I'm very thankful for that.
We just found out, and I'll have some breaking news, as lots of times when we have breaking news, it's hot off the presses. I do that all the time in class. And this is truly hot off the presses. We've had breaking news that did not enter this slideshow. We put a lot of our best awards in this slideshow that we'll show in a little bit. But the breaking news is Spring National results came out, and I want to share that. First of all, Park Hill South. Brittany Coffey won honorable mention for sports feature. So Brittany, good job. For the fourth straight year, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Fourth straight year, the Park Hill School District has won first in the nation in weather. And yes. Not only did Park Hill South win, or Park Hill School District win first in the nation weather, the two schools took third, second, and first in the nation in weather. Third place, Joey Pinella. Second place, Connor Hills from Park Hill South. And first place, Jordan Elder from Park Hill. And wait, there's more. Jordan Elder also won first for live interview coverage in the nation. And second, but she got first last year. Second. And then she won second for best news story in the nation. When you add all these up, it's a big deal. Jordan is only a sophomore, and she has the most national awards of any student from either of the broadcast programs in their entire career. She's got it as a sophomore. She's got the record already, so that's a big deal. So. And your new host of the Fordies, come on up. You're taking over for it. No, just kidding. All right. So before we show this slideshow, I just want to tell you the news about Spring Nationals, just a little bit of what's been going on this year. And there's another big breaking news announcement that I'll announce when this is over that didn't make the cut on this video either. But both schools did just amazing this year. Every time I think it's impossible to raise the bar from the previous year, both schools do it. This year, Park Hill South received the news that they were the best daily news show in the nation by the National Scholastic Press Association with the Pacemaker Award. So Park Hill South students. And then you never know how things go. And then they went head-to-head, and in the City Awards, Park Hill High School won Best Overall News Program in Kansas City area, both Missouri and Kansas. So that's just a little taste of it, but it's all about the students and the people that make it happen, and here's a little taste of what they've accomplished this year. Park Hill South Sports Story, and our nominees are, by the way, I'm going to name these 3 sports stories, and this is the only one I have like this. All 3 stories won national awards. Ugh, there has to be they should all win. They're all 3 national award winning. Okay, here we go. Goal to bounce back. Joey Pinella, Isaac Brizendine, and Schaefer Schutz. Come on up. And Kyle, you have those certificates ready, right? All right. And then that story, by the way, won honorable mention, which was top 5 in the nation, and the Fall Challenge, which they had 5 days to film and edit everything. They had no idea what their topic was till the first day, and then the 5th day they had to turn it in. So great job. Great job. Yes. Okay. Brittany Coffey for Kick Out Cancer, and while Brittany's up there, she's up for 2 of these. Both won national awards, by the way. She won 3rd in the nation for one, 1st in the nation for the other. Kick Out Cancer, and a Racing Family. Brittany Coffey.
Characteristics that make a compelling sports story include timing, significance, a compelling interest, and how close you can get to the sport or action. All of these stories include these important characteristics. Your nominees.
Park Hill South senior captain Ryan Dansby is playing this year with a bit of extra motivation. Dansby is looking for a strong finish to his senior season after his last was cut short by a gruesome injury.
As an athletic trainer, if you've heard a bone break before, you kind of know that sound. So both the Staley athletic trainer and I were there, and we both immediately kind of knew what we heard, hoped it wasn't true, but we ran out there and we could see his shin guard kind of displaced along his leg, which indicated to us that his leg was broken.
All right, so the injury happened in the midfield. I was probably right about here, and I had the ball on my right foot, and I looked to my left and I saw my teammate, and I just played it over to him. And I didn't think I had anybody near me, but I looked in my peripherals, I could see a kid coming up from behind me. And after I played it, I came down and landed on my right foot, and I started stepping again, and the kid came in and stepped on the inside of my leg.
Teams kicking and fans screaming, but all for one cause. What makes these rivals wear the colors they have on?
The Park Hill and Park Hill South teams decided to play a game for cancer awareness.
Well, purple was the color for testicular cancer, and pink was the color for breast cancer, and we were both supporting it. And it was kind of weird because South is purple, but it all worked out.
Park Hill's Nick Hibbler and Park Hill South's Kim Twigo have one thing in common. They are in the fight of their lives.
I found out I had testicular cancer in late July through a physical for soccer, and the first thing I thought was, oh my God, I have cancer, I could die, you know? And it really freaked me out, and it awakened my whole team and everyone else.
I was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer, and it was actually the last week of the school year last year.
As these two keep on fighting, they're only getting stronger.
She hasn't really acted like that she's dying ever. She's a survivor already.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engine. The race is about to begin.
Just little things like how to hit a line, like on the track, who am I racing against, how the car is going on. You don't really think about too much. I think it was my grandpa, because whenever he passed away, my dad took over, and my dad wanted to continue his legacy by taking me all over the country. And then whenever he got the money to fund the racing program, then I started racing it.
His dad raced when he was younger, and he was doing this for his dad and wanting Austin to get into it, because when Austin was little, he bought him a little junior sprint car, and he sat in it the first time, and we took his picture, and he was just like so excited, and we're like, oh, he's hooked.
From the moment Austin Schaefer was hooked, the danger began.
He flipped 4 or 5 times. His wing went over the fence. He was rushed out of there. He had a concussion and scared me to death.
And the Fordy Award goes to Brittany Coffey.
So this is not really my thing to talk in front of people, so I'm going to cut it short. I wanted to say thank you to Mr. Ford, basically, because he told me he was putting one of these in, but I didn't think he'd put both. He did pick the one that I don't like as much as I did. I preferred the Kick Out Cancers because I got to know the family, and Nick was an incredible guy. I learned a lot about him, but I enjoyed doing that story more. But Racing Family, I knew them personally, so I guess it wasn't much of a connection with them because I already knew them really well. But it was a very fun thing to experience, I guess. Thank you.
Human interest feature, Park Hill High School. Being human is showing your flaws. I just showed flaw, so that's human interest. Here we go. Park Hill. The nominees are Kara Strickland, Tara Forte for Accidents on the Rise, Pray for Mads, Lexi Smith, and Black History Month in 2014, Norma Perry.
Basically, a compelling human interest story captures emotion, hope, and failure, and it truly gives you a look into the true life of a person. Here are your nominees.
reflect and embrace the legacies of those.
Every February, we are kindly reminded of the contributions of many Black Americans. We reflect and embrace the legacies of those who liberated and validated the cause to freedom.
Black History Month is definitely necessary. Without Black History Month, how would everybody know about Black history?
We get to go back in history and see what we came from. Like, I'm happy that we have it. I am happy that we have it.
I do like the idea of it now because, like I said, I think we're just becoming so far removed from it that sometimes we do need to take a step back and look at it so that we don't forget.
On a constant, every single day curriculum like we have here in Park Hill and many other schools, Black history is not being taught. I shouldn't have to take an African American studies class to be taught some of the things I should be taught in American history. So without Black history, Black culture would go unnoticed, most definitely.
While some may argue that Black history is only vital if we preserve it, others no longer see a necessity in it.
I feel like, to me, Black History Month is pointless because I feel like if you're focusing on one group, then you need to focus on all.
3 students, 3 accidents, and 1 common problem: reckless driving.
It was pretty late, it was dark, and it was on a back road, and I couldn't really see the road that well. I was going a little bit too fast, and I was in the far lane and it merged into one, and I didn't see it until the last second. I tried to swerve and yeah, I lost control, and we hit the curb, and then we started rolling. I think we lasted 4 rolls, and then we slammed into a hay barrel, and we ended up crawling out of the windows, and we had to walk a mile to get help from someone's house.
I was with 2 friends, and I was driving down Mace Road, turning on a curve too sharp and going too fast, and my wheels skidded off into a telephone pole.
I was on the highway and I was going home from the football field, and I was in the left lane and I tried to pass the guy in front of me, and then I was getting in the middle lane and someone from the right lane was going in at the same time, so I swerved back, and then I had to swerve in the middle lane so I didn't hit the car in front of me, and then I just went off the road and flipped my car like 4 times.
You may have seen the Pray for Matt's pictures all over your social media sites, but do you really know the whole story behind them? Tragedy struck Junior Madeline Mudd's life this summer.
Her aneurysm happened it was something that she was born with. The doctors at KU told us that it was more than a 1 in a million chance that it happened to her, that it was something she was born with, probably a weak vessel, and over time it just filled up with blood and it just eventually ruptured. And there was nothing that could have been predicted or prevented or found in any way. It just happened when she was 16 years old.
Madeline has climbed many mountains and overcame many struggles just to get to where she is now.
Well, I have physical therapy, occupational therapy, and I actually do school during rehab, but it's just like math worksheets and things like that.
It affects her loved ones just as much as it affects her.
The biggest struggle for me as her mom has been watching her struggle and watching her suffer and be in pain and to not be able to hang out with her friends and not go to school. That's been the hardest thing for me, is her not being able to be a normal teenager.
And the 40s go to Kara Strickland and Tara Forte.
This story kind of came to us. All 3 of these guys ended up getting in car accidents within like 3 days of each other. And so we just kind of hopped on the opportunity to talk to them, made sure they were okay, but we turned it into a story to let everybody in our school know kind of what was going on and that they needed to be more careful.
It was interesting doing this. We had to just go out and drive, and people were looking at us like we were crazy because we had this big camera out of my car. And then
I was filming.
I was driving. She was filming. And then we went over this like overpass on a highway. That was fun.
Had to stand there. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
That story was the top story in the Trojan TV News show that won Best in the City and really carried Trojan TV News to the city title at the JMKC Awards. So, good job. All right, we're going on to part 2 of the DVD, and you'll notice lovely elevator music, which I didn't know was going to do that. So when that happens, Cole will be using the magic mute button like a champ. Already did. I didn't even hear it. All right. Okay. So time for the Park Hill South Costas Award. Personally, for me, growing up, some people wanted to be the next Michael Jordan. I wasn't even going to be the next Larry Bird or anything close. So I wanted to be the next Bob Costas because I could not play sports, but I could announce. And I turned down the television, did my best Bob Costas imitation growing up, and he was my idol. So we make sure we name our Best Sports Anchor Announcer Award after Bob Costas, and we'll have more on that from the presenters. I'm stealing their thunder. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce Park Hill South's Costas Award nominees for Best Sports Anchor. First, Isaac Brizendine, who couldn't be here tonight with baseball. Joey Pinella, who had work conflict, who couldn't be here. Schaefer Schutz is here. Have you ever seen the movie Muppets? Sing the song "It's a Me Party" by myself. Oh, it's a good song. All right, we can go. All right. Anyways, couldn't help myself, sorry. And next, here's Shay with the Costas Award.
Bob Costas is an American sportscaster on the air for NBC Sports since the early 1980s. Costas has had a successful career as a sportscaster and even been a primetime host of 9 Olympic Games and hosts an interview show called Studio 42 with Bob Costas. Here are your nominees.
Indeed, we did win the homecoming game, and we have the highlights, so let's get right to them. We got a new homecoming king and queen, Scott Klein with the king, and Olivia Ortiz the queen. Go to the third quarter, Rhett DeLay, big sack. He played great. Then we go to still in the third quarter, we got Derek Cook running down the field, run DMC run.
I've been able to analyze the film of the last 2 games, and I feel the key to this game for each team is going to be discipline on defense.
Here we find the doctor, Derek Braun, giving it into Jordan Lindsay, who finds Dylan Kittner. Now here you see Park Hill defender Alec Feist, who's supposed to be staying with his man Josh Hall, but he gets a little too aggressive. Josh Hall blows past him, one-on-one with the keeper, able to finish it on the rebound.
Hello and welcome to this Channel 18 broadcast of the Park Hill South rivalry soccer game. I'm Joey Pinella here alongside Isaac Brizendine. Park Hill South and Park Hill have played 2 very close games so far. Both games have been decided in overtime and both have been won by Park Hill South. Isaac?
All right, now Park Hill going on the attack. Sends it in. Oh my goodness! And a goal is scored already by Jacob Jones. Sean McCullough and David Jong had a miscommunication. My goodness, what an advantage for Park Hill. And that's it! Hudson Welty puts an exclamation mark on this one. The Panther fans are rushing the court. A huge win by Park Hill South.
There, Park Hill South, and welcome to Schaefer's Sports Corner. Indeed, it has been a busy few days in PHS athletics, so I'm going to get right to it. Carson Reed's going to roll to his left, finds Jake Springer on the skinny post. Jake Springer catches it. The ball squirts out. They're going to call him down. That's a catch, Park Hill South. Jacob Sneeden's going to kick a 42-yard field goal. That had 10 more yards on it. That could have been a 52-yard field goal. Tyler Holmes, Park Hill quarterback's going to roll to his right. Rhett DeLay is chasing him down, puts a shot on him.
Over to Welty. Welty finds Meek again for 3. And he hits it. That's another 3 for Peyton Meek and this Park Hill South offense. Park Hill Trojans have seen enough. They're going to go ahead and take a timeout.
And the 40 goes to Schaefer Shoots.
Thanks.
So actually, unlike me, Schaefer can play sports and announce at the same time. And Schaefer has agreed to actually play starting quarterback for Parkville South in the fall and announce the game for Channel 18 at the same time. So we're really excited about this breakthrough in technology that we're going to pull off, right? All right. All right, we're going to move on to another Parkville South entry. This is to the stories that really make a sports segment happen beyond who is delivering it. Oh, shoot. Parkville, sorry. Now we move on to the Park Hill sports stories that make a sports segment happen. The Park Hill nominees for Best Sports Story are Sydney Moyer for Breaking Barriers, and new coach, new season, Norma Peary, and Nick Strong, Cody Van Hoosier. And Cody and Sydney are coming up for these awards. Sydney's story won second in the Kansas City metro area, second place. And Cody's story won first in feature in Kansas City. So pretty impressive right there. And here is Sarah Marshall with more on this entry.
Well, hopefully I'll do this a little bit better than last time. A great sports story captures all the victory and the agony on all one. It's about getting the right B-roll and the right soundtracks and sound bites that make a compelling story. So here are your nominees.
Park Hill has changed many things about the varsity cheer squad this year, but a larger team is not the only new thing.
When I was younger, like in the 6th grade, a lot of my best friend Victoria Newlove, we were friends since birth, and she was a Jets cheerleader. And watching them cheer at the Jets games, it was kind of like an inspiration because it looked really fun to do. And I wanted to try out, but boys weren't allowed. So I figured, hey, I'm in high school, guys are allowed now, might as well give it a try. And I tried out, made varsity, and it's pretty fun so far. But I have an entire year to go, and it's something that has great chances for a scholarship. Keeps me nice in shape, and yeah.
There may be a lot of pressure on Chris with him being one of the first boys on the cheer team, but the girls are happy to have him.
I thought it was awesome, yeah. I think that more guys need to join the team. It's not like, it's a really feminine thing. He gets to have a megaphone and he doesn't have to have palms or anything, but the stunts that he can do with us and stuff really helps out our team, and the energy that he brings just as a guy really helps out too.
HBO Hard Knocks right here at Parkville High School. Let's go.
Trojan football has started off with many great new changes.
Got a new offense, new defense. We're just new everything. It's a new year, it's a new team, and we're just ready to go.
Along with change comes equally as great and equally as new traditions, from practice to game day.
We do a lot of different things this year. We started some new traditions, anything from the pregame walk to the postgame walk to just how we do business on Friday night. And the practices are a little different, I'm sure. I mean, I wasn't here last year to speak of, but I know that we play an up-tempo style, and that's a different thing that a lot of teams around here don't do.
Not only are they working on the fundamentals, but they are also working on being positive. Each player is encouraged to not only do their very best, but also be their very best.
As you may notice, the Park Hill soccer team no longer has any hair. That is because they shaved it off for Nick Hibbler, who is undergoing chemotherapy.
I go through 4 cycles of chemo, so for a whole week I have chemotherapy and then I have 2 weeks off, so that would be 1 cycle. And really I'm just laying in bed all day receiving chemo through my port, which is in my chest. And
I'm really just thinking of all my friends and family who are supporting me, and that's what makes me get through what I'm going through.
Even though Nick Hibbler was diagnosed with cancer and is laying in the hospital bed all day, he has affected the Park Hill soccer team more than he thinks.
Nick is one of the best people I've ever met in my life, and he is uniting us, bringing us closer as a team. Someone goes through something in this team, we're all going to go through it, and it's the right thing to do for Nick.
You may think Nick is growing weak, but actually he is growing stronger, and so is the Park Hill soccer team.
It's going to bring everybody together because Nick came out last week. He went through 2 days of chemotherapy, and then he was training that day.
I think it shows what a strong team that this has been throughout. They played together for 3-4 years now, and I think it's great that the boys are all supporting each other this way.
And the Fordy Award goes to Cody Van Hoosier.
Well, with this package, Ford called me probably 30 minutes before this whole event was going on. So I really had no idea what it was or what was going on when I got there. First off, I didn't even know where the place was, so I had to contact one of the soccer boys. And then about a couple of days after I was filming it, I had absolutely no idea where I was going to go with it. And then it ended up winning me all these awards and everything. So thank you guys for letting me do it. And thanks, Ford, for calling me last minute. So.
And the truth really is some of our best stories over the years have been breaking news that we just needed somebody when there wasn't a class going on. And whoever stepped up to the plate, they got more than just a story out of that. Great experience, and many of them received recognition for that. But that's really what makes a journalist. You find out if you can respond last minute, change your entire plans, and make that happen. And Cody did. Good job there. All right. Now we're going to South News Story. And for Park Hill South, these are some of the best news stories we've had this year at South. And here they are. Our nominees, come on up. Brittany Coffey for Be Prepared. Brittany Coffey. And then we have Connor Hills for Mandatory Assemblies. And Lauren Russ and Shelby Santoro for Gluten Free. Okay, good job. All right. Okay, we got it. All right. And now here's Tyler with more on this award.
To be a great high school news story, you need something that captivates and relates to your audience. And us being high school students, our attention spans aren't that great. So our stories have to affect the viewer in some way that makes them want to watch closer. And all of these nominees have accomplished such a feat. Here they are.
It was hard because we didn't know exactly what was going on. It was scary kind of, but we all kind of figured that we were okay because the teachers weren't scared. And so that was helpful for me because I felt like everything was going to be all right.
Spring of 2013, Park Hill South went into a real lockdown due to a bomb threat. But what procedure should have occurred during this emergency?
During a lockdown, students should hide in their classrooms, get to an area where they can't be seen from the window, be silent, not talk on their cell phones, and follow the teacher's instructions. If you are evacuating the building or down the hallway to get out of the building and you see police, you should have your hands up, not talking unless you know where a threat is.
As a student body, were we prepared?
Last time there was a few things that the police department could have done better and the school could have done better, and we've worked on that, and I think we've resolved all those issues. So right now we're really in good shape.
Food in the cafeteria is made fresh every day, but not everyone can eat these delicious meals. Students with gluten intolerance have a hard time choosing any suitable lunch options.
When your body doesn't properly digest gluten, so when you eat it, then it ends up kind of like destroying your intestines and things. So when they found out that I had it, they could see that there was inflammation on my intestines, and so that's how I knew.
The gray area in this matter is that gluten sensitivity is a mostly self-diagnosed ailment.
I get sick sometimes, so I decided to go gluten-free, and it helps.
However, some people doubt the reality of this problem.
It just seems to me like once you start to have a problem, it mushrooms and grows bigger, and I question whether or not this is a real ailment or it's just a fashionable kind of trendy thing, and I don't know how legitimate it is all the time.
He just really wanted the student section to be as one, and he didn't believe that separation that we had was healthy. So we decided together that it would be a good idea if we all had the assemblies mandatory.
It's sad that we have to make assemblies mandatory, but once we have everyone in the gym together, it kind of gives you that feel of what a high school assembly should feel like. You know, it should feel packed and it should feel like there's a lot of energy. But it's really sad that we have to force them to come. But hopefully this year we will convince them to want to come to assemblies.
Many people do enjoy the assemblies. Not everyone is as impressed by the sights and sounds.
And I think people should be able to go to if they want to, but like I don't go to them sometimes because I like hanging out with my friends in the cafeteria.
People like sit around and watch people make idiots of themselves, so I don't really want to watch that, to be 100% honest.
Even though not everyone enjoys them, there's an undeniable contrast in energy between the privilege of the assemblies and just sitting in the commons.
And the winner is Brittany Coffey.
I am quite surprised, and Mr. Ford knows exactly why. He has a smile on his face, but I don't do news stories. This is my first news story that I've ever done. I'm more prevalent to all of the sports and action and get right in there, but news story, you kind of have to know the knowledge about what's going on. You can't learn as you go, and I don't really like that as much, but I kind of am very surprised that I won this. Let's put it that way.
By the way, won second place in the city, Kansas City, so good job on that story. No reason to be embarrassed. It was a great story. And I think everything was filmed, in about a 10-minute span, basically. They gave you 10 minutes access with the police, and then camera had to go. So, yeah. Found your inner Lois Lane. That's what happens. All right, so we've seen a lot of the awards of students so far tonight. This has become a tradition at the Fordys, and see if she's still here. She's running back and forth. Oh, there she is. Okay. It's been a tradition at the Fordys that we give a special recognition to someone outside the program that's done something for the program. Our first recipient of this was Judy Kelly, who was an administrative assistant at Park Hill South, helped us get the announcements every day. After that, Lacey McClellan and then Jason Summers, both with the Channel 18 department. And then today, we surprise our next person, and we always like to surprise them with this at work. So let's watch the video, then I'll talk about it.
What are you guys doing down here? Well, every year at our Fordy Awards, our broadcast banquet, we give an award for special recognition of somebody that helps us that's not in the class. And this year, we wanted to give it to you. Oh my God, you guys made my day. What kind of day is this? Thank you for helping us. I always wanted one. See, now I can put it right here. Yay!
Did you guys invite to the banquet too?
Hi, Mom.
Hey. We missed the baby girl. She's filming.
For these kids is she just goes above and beyond. If it's raining outside and they need an umbrella to get back and forth, she gives them an umbrella. If they just need a pat on the back one day, or hey, nice job on that award, she'll say that. If she needs to keep them in line as they enter professional buildings, she's not afraid to do that. And she's just been a rock for the building there that we call home at Park Hill, and we miss her upstairs, but she means a great deal to us. So we wanted to give this this recognition plaque to Carmen Scott, and she's here tonight. So we're already has a plaque on her wall right next to her.
Yeah, they gave me the plaque as a surprise the other day, and so I was like, "Wah!" But you know, it's amazing to me because I saw this program start, and so I got to talk to all kinds of kids. You know, they come in and they say, I go, "Oh, are you into broadcasting?" They're like, "Heck no, I'm doing it to blow off glass," or you know, I'm doing. And then as they went through the program, I have seen like so many kids go on and win awards, and you guys are amazing. You guys find talents within yourselves that you don't even know are there. And it's amazing to me because the very first year when we had broadcasting, you know, Mr. Ford's like, I'm going to take them to nationals just to kind of so they can see what they're, because he knew, I mean, and kudos to Mr. Ford because here he is making these kids do things that they had no idea that they could do. So you guys really don't realize how blessed you are in this whole broadcasting world, because in the 4 years that the program has started, you guys have put Park Hill on the map in the world of broadcasting. So you guys are amazing kids. I am very lucky to have the award that you've given me because I was so excited to have it because I've known all the other people that have gotten it before. And I've been running back and forth because my son's over there at band and it's their awards night and I've been presenting awards and so I'm like sweating bullets. But you guys are awesome. Keep up the good work. Pass the torch because you guys have paved remarkable ways for kids coming in behind you.
We're going to go into some of the more technical awards, and we made some changes to the format of the technical awards this year for the Fordy Awards. Basically, because you find that we've done separately, we've done a videographer award and we've done an editor award, but you find that the best videographer is often the best editor because it takes great, amazing eye for photography to then know how you're going to use it when you're a great editor isn't editing at the computer, but it's out when you're filming is when you're doing great editing. And so we combined the award into one and named it after somebody that I thought was really important for this, and that is Steve Sable. And I'm going to let Connor Locke share that here in a minute, but first I'll announce the nominees for Park Hill South First Sable Award. The nominees are Brittany Coffey, McCade Hermanson, Andrew Richards, and Shelby Santoro. I know Andrew has a baseball game. I'm not sure if McCade can make it. So Brittany and Shelby, come on up, get your certificate. And now here's Connor Locke with more.
When this man died in 2012, he left an imprint on filmmaking. Because when it comes to football, Steve Sable isn't just any filmmaker. Steve made it his goal to give people a new understanding when they watched their favorite sport. He changed NFL films and impacted the viewers. So here are your nominees.
And we'll play a show up and it shows some of the best video and editing that they've done.
Whoa, wicked.
We start in 3, 2, 1.
And the Sable Award goes to Brittany Coffey.
I'm kind of tired of talking, so thank you, Mr. Ford. I don't really know what to say to that.
By the way, it's a Channel 18 department. Not just me, but okay. She keeps looking at me every time she wants something a little more. Okay, we have now we have the Park Hill South. This is a new award, a brand new award this year that I decided was really important that we do, and it is something that we are calling the Spirit Award at Park Hill South. And there's no video to show for it because the Spirit Award is an award not for dressing up as a mascot or anything like that, but the Spirit Award for broadcasting is going above and beyond. You're not just here working during class time, but you're here before school, after school. Every homeroom or tutorial you have, you make an effort to spend your extra time on broadcasting. You volunteer for every event. You're at conventions, just going above and beyond. These people went above and beyond at Park Hill South this year, and they are nominees for our Spirit Award at Park Hill South. Brittany Coffey, Ashton Dittmer, Kerrigan Mings, and Kendall Reitz. Come on up. I want to say a few things about these people as they get their award. We all know about Brittany, and she's, so I'll skip her. Ashton Dittmer, I don't know if she can make it tonight. Ashton has, she's one of our younger students, and stay up there, I'm going to embarrass you for a second. And she's put in a lot of time into these show opens, creating them. In fact, we have a little competition war between Ashton, Kerrigan, and Brittany on who can make the best open, but it's, in the end, broadcasting wins, so that's good. And then Kerrigan's also helped with those opens, but Kerrigan, just anything we need her for, she's there. She's worked so many Channel 18 events. She's at convention. She directs the show, which is probably the most stressful job there is. Kendall Reitz is so dedicated to journalism that she isn't even supposed to be in my class and shows up here every morning to run audio. She's supposed to be in virtual, but I hope I didn't get you in trouble. But we gladly accept her help every day when she's not even in my class this semester. But she's been here every day helping. So good job to these ladies going above and beyond. And now here's Connor Locke on the Spirit Award.
Dedication is one of the most important qualities in broadcast. The Spirit Award is for that person who's always working extra hard. This includes taking more time out of their day and more effort than what has been asked of them. And the 40 goes to Kerrigan Mings.
I don't really know what to say. I've been in broadcast for 3 out of the 4 semesters I've been at this school. So I've been doing it for a while, and I just want to thank Mr. Ford.
Some people, you know, this is a great thing about elective classes. You get to find out if it's something you like or it's not going to be something you do. But a lot of these kids come in, maybe it's not something that they were thinking about before, but then it becomes a real passion, and then it's been fun to watch them grow. And I really enjoyed watching those students grow that we just talked about. Okay, next is the Park Hill version of the same thing. As we talk about the Sable Award, who got those best shots, who made things happen, who was there to capture those great moments. We had some great moments this year at Park Hill on film. A guy crying at Veterans Day, I remember that shot very well, captured just because the guy filmed at the right place, right time. So these are the best in video and editing. Sable Award nominees at Park Hill are Sam Farmer, Norma Peary, Cody Van Hoosier. Come on up. All right, and here is Haley Ridenauer with more.
Qualities of a great videographer and editor are not easy to come by. You must have a steady hand and an eye for what makes a great shot. Here's an example of the Trojan TV News Open, which showcases our videographers and editors in their shining moments.
The Sable Award goes to Cody Van Hooser.
So with this open, I want to thank Otto Geyser. 'Cause I would text him up and go, hey, I need some music for the open, or hey, I need a graphic. So the graphic at the very end was actually his doing, and the music was provided by Otto, and then the editing and everything else was done by me. So I want to thank Otto and thank everyone else. So thank you guys.
And actually, Cody is being modest. First of all, we show the show open just because it's something we can to throw a bone to the videographers. But really, Cody's shown that in all the stories that he's done, going out and finding and getting those shots, editing them together. And he's edited several opens, several different things, stories. He's really shown the whole gamut of filming and editing this year. So, and that's for Cody. That's a great job. Also, he mentioned Otto, who missed our little deal. And I just want to, Otto graduated last spring, and he was our first Emmy winner. I talked about him earlier, but you missed it, Otto. But if you'd stand, at least so they can see how tall you are. And then everybody clap. And Otto is all the time posting his projects on social media of amazing work he's doing at University of Nebraska-Lincoln. And I love the name Autofocus. That's ingenious. Awesome. Very nice. Yeah. It is Nebraska. But hey, they left the Big 12 too, so we have that in common. So that's good. Anyways, our next award is the Spirit Award at Park Hill. And I'll probably do the same spiel, really embarrass these people as they come up. These are people, again, that just go above and beyond at Park Hill, whatever it is that they do. I know that Chris Dennis is here, so let's have Chris come up. If I'm in a pickle, and there's, especially if it's sports or an event, I can count on Chris to get there. We've also made Chris direct a lot this year when he didn't ask to be directing the show, but he's done it and put on a good face. So Chris Dennis. Jordan Elder, who had to go to dance, but we know about Jordan and everything from earlier, so obviously she's doing great stuff. Norma Peary, who cannot be here tonight, but I do want to say that she's just, she's always after school, she's staying late to work on projects, she's not afraid to cover controversial issues, which she's done throughout the year, and she's about covered every, had a story in every sports preview show that we've had for Channel 18, so Norma Peary as well. And finally, Cody Van Hoosier again, if he could come up. Cody also, along with Norma, he's the other one that will stay late a lot to work on projects. And, you know, he put together a 5-minute long senior video for the senior class. And some of these things that these kids do with their time in broadcasting, not just for us and our shows, but for the school. And they use their talents to help the student body. So good job to you guys. Good job. And now Haley Reinauer has more on the Spirit Award.
Time and dedication beyond the class is just part of what makes up our next award. Spirit is the defining quality that makes our next nominees that much more special. And the 40 goes to Norma Peary, but she is not here. And so she will be accepting her award via YouTube. And Cole, would you roll the clip?
I am so honored to have gotten this award. Like the last couple of years in journalism, broadcasting and all have taught me a lot. And I'm super glad that I took this class and got to meet the people that I met. I love you guys. And I'm gonna miss you so much. I'll come back and visit all the time. Bye guys.
That was actually Norma Peary's last day at Park in my class because she's a senior. They had their last day. Well, I think they have a half day tomorrow, right? But it was her last day in my class. So I said, hold the phone. So we gave her that award. All right. We're going to transition to some of the talent awards at Park Hill High School. Our next one is for Best Sports Anchor at Park Hill, and I'm going to go through the nominees. The nominees are Chris Dennis and Tara Forte. Now, I could say that for these students, it's been pretty incredible that we've had sports coverage. We've actually had a sports set and not been able to use it this year because our sports camera's been out of commission until the summer. But they still managed a way to give us sports content, sports announcements, sports coverage. So good job. And here's Jocelyn Weir on more on the costumes.
Your personality does indeed affect not only the amount of viewers you have, but also the kind of viewers that you have. Bob Costas, a TV sportscaster, definitely takes advantage of this with his extremely strong TV personality. He is known as a smart interviewer with encyclopedic knowledge, with a devilish, blunt, and upfront sense of humor. Here are your nominees.
Now let's serve it up to Tara Forte with boys tennis. Not only is this a big win for Park Hill South, this is also your 100th win. How does that make you feel?
I'm proud of the girls. They did a heck of a job. We pitched it well. We hit the ball well. They played great defense and got this.
That's all we have for the Park Hill Spring Sports Preview. I'm Chris Dennis for Channel 18 News.
Please congratulate Charles Lepfort for taking first in the 100-meter run Friday night at Rusty Hodge Invitational. We want to congratulate our Park Hill wrestlers who won state yet again. It's kind of a tradition for them at this point, and we have some highlights from state this past weekend to show off. Congratulations to Sean Hosford, Keyshawn Hayes, and Colson DeBlasi, who took first, John Ernesty, who finished second, and Canton Marriott and Ethan Cohn, who finished fourth. We are all very proud of you.
And the award goes to Chris Dennis.
Well, I've always wanted to give an acceptance speech. You know, it's nice being heard once in a while. It was tough. I got through it all. I don't know what else to say because I had my joke and now I'm done.
I like how you saved the mic there, the old okey doke. That's good. Very good. Good, I appreciate that. Well, we have one more. That actually wrapped up our individual awards and our awards at Park Hill. We have one more for Park Hill South for Best News Anchor for the Cronkite Award. So here is Tyler with more on the nominees in just a second. But first, your nominees. Connor Hills. Connor Hills, come on up. Nominee for the Cronkite Award. Is Lauren Russ still here? I saw her earlier. She's gone. Okay, Lauren Russ, who had to leave, and Schaefer Schutz, come on up. All right. Get a nice picture there. Yay, yay. And now here's Tyler with more.
Walter Cronkite was best known for his groundbreaking stories on major events in the U.S. and around the world. His live coverage of the horrors of the Vietnam War and his deliverance of the news of JFK's assassination earned him the title of the most trusted man in America. These nominees are the best anchors that South has to offer. And here they are.
Today on the Southside Scoop, the athletic parking lot. Is it for cars or is it for the band? And players give their all in the game, but are they risking something even more important? And finally, we have the latest highlights with Isaac in the Sports Corner.
While most of the day the lunchroom is usually hustling and bustling, there's a new time where it's going to be a ghost town. Assemblies. As you can see right here, your next Stuco president is going to be Mackenzie Stout. All right, congratulations, Mackenzie, but you know what? It was a very, very hard-fought battle. There was only a 1.6% difference between her and Hope. So we have a very, very torn Park Hill South, as you can see right now.
I am here in the A100s that have been a little empty lately. The extreme amount of absences caught our attention here at the Southside Scoop, and we decided to find out why all these students were missing school. The parking situation in the athletic lot with the marching band has been causing a bit of a stir over who has the right to that space. Our very own Schaefer has more for us in the A100's hallway. On the topic of students' interests, students, you are encouraged to apply for the 2014 Prudential Spirit of Community Award. You could win cash prize and a trip to Washington, D.C. The application deadline is November 5th. See Ms. Lane in counseling for more information.
Coming up on the Southside Scoop, should school spirit be mandated? The dangers of racing, and it has brought a family here at Park Hill South closer together. Also, we will have the highlights of Friday's homecoming game with Isaac in the Sports Corner and Joey at Weather. A student of ours from a couple years ago, a Park Hill South graduate, Jacob Orlowski, is making a name for himself at one of the best film schools in the country. Park Hill South, do you like robots? Do you enjoy working with tools, building, programming graphics, or simply just trying something new? Then the Park Hill South First Robotics is for you.
And the Cronkite Award goes to Connor Hills.
Well, it feels great to get this award. It's actually the first Fordy I've ever received, and it is my third time coming to the Fordy Awards, which is quite a few times to be coming to these, but I've been nominated before. Let's just get that out of the way. We all know this. but seriously, I've been doing broadcasting since I have started here at Park Hill South, and I'm gonna keep doing it just a little bit longer. And by the time I'm done, I'll have been in here more than a semester's worth full of classes just from broadcasting. And you think I'd get tired of it after a while and leave, but I still find myself here every morning before the bell, unlike most of the other kids coming in. And I love doing it. You know, it's fun. And, you know, the people here are what make it great. Mr. Ford creates a good environment, and so that's why I'm so glad to get this award. So thank you.
All right, well, congratulations to all our award nominees and recipients. Thank you all for being here, and thank you all for coming. We have a special treat for you. So for one last time, here's Mr. Ford.
Real quick, I just want to acknowledge our crew tonight, and they had to deal with so much adversity, as if you were paying any attention. Hopefully you weren't. Hopefully you're enjoying the food. But if we had some stress going on, we had some cameras not working, and we have a new camera that we had to bring out so we could record this show tonight, and it caused a lot of issues in the control room. But you know what? These guys hung in there. They went to Plan B. They got it done technology-wise. They were great presenters, and I just want to acknowledge my entire Broadcast One team: Keely Shea Hill, Haley Ridenauer, Drake Heathman, Jordan Evans, Sarah Marshall, Tyler and Jocelyn, our hosts, and James, are you still in the back, producer? And my Olivia, who's run camera this whole night, and just a big round of applause for our hardworking broadcast team. And Cole. Sorry, I can't acknowledge family. No, he's not really family. He's just got it. They don't know. Okay, anyways, his Cole Ford, everybody. What a great last name. Good job. Anyways, and Eli on camera. Good job. By the way, Eli graduates next week, right? Next graduation. And where are you going to college? Harvard. Okay. All right. Good job. By the way, I've noticed a lot of laughing going on. That's incorrect. That's not right. We're supposed to laugh later. I have bloopers, so save it. Save it. We're not supposed to laugh when we're showing news stories and news anchors doing news. So a little confusion there, but we will laugh during bloopers. Just kidding, of course. Anyways, I have a special announcement I wanted to make tonight, and I say this kind of emotionally because when I really live through my students, I'm sure they know it, and basically when they win something, I'll say, we won, because then I get to like jump in with them and share the spotlight, you know. But what they do is just amazing, the stories that they do and the shows they put together, and the recognition has gone way beyond these two high schools. I just never envisioned 7 years into the program we'd be doing everything that we're doing, and it's not winning national awards as much as being respected as far as providing a good service to our schools, our community, great stories, hard stories to do and to cover, yet we'll go cover them. Our students are not afraid to cover those stories, and when they are feel-good stories, we'll make sure we give it justice as well. And I don't expect anything in return. When they win something, I'm on cloud nine. They may not know that, but when they win an award, it just makes my day, makes my year. What I did not expect was about a week ago, I was contacted by the president of the Student Television Network, and he encouraged me to apply for the Student Television Network Board of Directors. I did, and I have officially now been appointed to the Student Television Network Board of Directors. I will represent the Midwest, so now I have work to do. But the great thing is, it's work during the summer, it's work at convention. They'll fly me into San Diego for summer meetings. It'll be a 6-year term. I'll have a chance to shape the national convention, shape the competitions for broadcasting. I will obviously be very busy at convention now because I'll be taking our kids to convention, and I'll be also assisting in running the convention. And so parents, if you have kids coming back next year, I really need chaperones, have to have them next year. So I really encourage you to think about that. Anyways, I'm dead serious, no laughing, I need help. Okay. I'm completely honored to get that, and it's all because of my kids, honestly. Schaefer and Jordan, who presented at convention, and Kara, who they're winning entry, and then we had Paxton and Rachel before that, national runners-up. We've had the Emmy Award winners, all that, and I just don't think that doesn't happen without my students, and so thank you. I just want to thank you. I think the best part of the whole deal, while I'm excited to help a lot of other schools and make a bigger impact, I'm more excited to collaborate with some of the best teaching minds in broadcast journalism and film when I go to these meetings and bring that knowledge back and really benefit these guys. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, so now we're going to have some fun. And we have some bloopers to show. We're going to start with Park Hill South, and then we'll show Park Hill. All right, here we go. Ask who, what, where, when, and why. Ask who, what, when, where, and why. And why.
I am sitting.
Hey, what is that word? Thuspan? Thespian? Thespian hours will be given. Do you guys want to make a substitute real quick?
All of you are really special.
Joey, take it. Joey, just go.
Oh my God, I'm invisible. I've been waiting for this day for so long, and I'm finally invisible, Park Hill South.
How do your legs feel today?
Hey, take out the second basketball announcement.
Cole Ford. Oh, look at him over there. Isn't he nice?
He's adorable.
I'd play the harmonica, but I don't know how.
Before I come back and kick you in the head.
You missed out on my... So, Kyle, did you go to Big Cat?
I can't say I did.
I didn't either. Well... Attention.
You see my chest hair, Park Hill South? It's right there.
Where it's like, he's standing.
Right there. Zoom in on that.
Behind me.
Currently, we are 71 degrees and riding.
Be a workout day for all center stage. What? Oh, work day. My bad. I'll get this down.
I like it a lot. I like that a lot, yeah.
Well, let me do the chest hair thing.
We just want to say your name. Congrats.
It's me. Congratulations.
I'm Schaefer Shoots.
I think the chest hair is a go.
Big Mike.
I say we vote on it. Parents have a great seat so they can see you walk across the stage at commencement.
Well, that's all we have for you today. I should never.
Our very own Kara Strickland was able to catch up with. And we'd also like to let you know that we're going to continue not using. God, what am I saying? Absolutely. The very. God, what am I saying? Here in Orlando, the big dance was hosted.
We leave you with scenes from that.
We'll just take multiple until I can figure it out.
Special reservation seatings for family graduation is available for $20 a seat. Please contact Miss Matthews, B108.
Attention.
We leave you with a volleyball rollout of senior high.
What do you want to do for that?
Thank you for that.
chess.parkhill.k12.mo.us.
Kyle Simmons.
Sing that Sunday morning weather. Me too. All right. Some Jay Hill. Happy birthday, everyone.
And on the lunch menu today. Happy birthday.
Bar. Wow, what a lot of cheese.
Well, card incentive.
Your 3-day forecast. Snow, snow, snow.
Holler. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Ola.
Hola.
Prepared. Well, that's all we have
have.
for you today on the Southside Scoop. I'm Schaefer Shoots.
I'm Shelby Santoro. Have a great day, Park Hill South.
Selfie!
Oh, good work, then. So nobody can't say I haven't let them have just a little bit of fun. And here's the Park Hill bloopers. Teachers are taking over Trojan TV News permanently, effective April 1, 2014. But what happened to your student anchors? Chelsea Osei is now a freestyle beatboxer. Kara Strickland is producing a new reality show called Kara Strickland. Chris Dennis stars in the remake of Dennis the Menace, and Jordan Elder ain't getting any younger. Also, I only just realized all my students in this class are in Broadcast 1, so they clearly are not qualified.
Thanks, Jordan. Student of the day is Nikia.
I can't work like this.
I'm Chelsea Osei.
And I'm Cody Van Hoosier.
He's stupid.
May 11th, immediately after.
There's not a prompter, so I can't work.
Get on prompter, please. This is a full rehearsal. Thank you.
All right. Can you say action? Wow, this is really good. Wow, this is really good.
I know. I wish it was going to. Wow, this is really good. Wow, this is really good.
Yeah, I know. I just wish it was going to a good cause.
We are Park
Hey, get this on the bloopers, because I'm about to knock Tara out. I'm about to knock her out. Here she comes. Here she comes.
How's my hair?
Hey, so are you guys excited for Halloween?
Yeah. Why?
Because you know what would be a great way to spend before Pride? Hey, did you guys just get the newest tweet?
Yeah.
I'm so sick. Park. You need me to love you? I always love you. I'm crying. I'm not crying anymore. I'm Chelsea.
I'm Cody.
Do you like art?
Only if you like art.
All partly cloudy with a chance of sunshine.
I don't really know what is going on, actually. Not in these pants.
3, 2, what? Schaefer and I would just like to let you know that we use no gas in the making of our Sweet 16. Actually, oh, the sun. Oh, hang on, give me a minute. We don't have time for this, Ford. We don't have time for this, Ford.
We don't have time for this, Ford.
All right.
Oh, do it again. Okay. Let's rehearse like that. Ah! Hey, are you recording me rapping? What's wrong with you? Why are you crying? Such a touching story. Hey, can we get another
Oh, God.
We congratulate the orchestra students under the direction of Ms. Hill on their extraordinary achievement. The Blue Star Award ceremony will be held Thursday.
Anyways, thanks for coming out tonight. Really appreciate it. A lot of to the students that are graduating, the families who have graduates, congratulations. To those coming back, next year is going to be even bigger and better. And our trip next year is San Diego, California. All right. And one last time, here's Jocelyn and Tyler.
So on that very funny note, that concludes the 2014 Fordy Awards. Thank you all for coming, and thank you for watching.
Safely. Drive safely. Okay, not